All right, welcome back to the channel. Max Tornow here. Today we're in the Austrian Alps on a little snowboarding vacation, and in this video I want to be talking about the concept of opportunity cost. And this is probably nothing new for you, but I kind of want to lay it out in a different way to really be specifically interesting for you and your specific situation. So let me assume you probably like the idea of becoming free, of being your own boss. You like the idea of building an online coaching, online service providing business, though you probably haven't started yet. Okay, I'm going to make that assumption because otherwise you probably haven't clicked on this video, you probably wouldn't be on this channel. Okay, so I'm trying to steer you into the right direction, maybe give you a couple of impulses that make it easier for you to get started. So by the end of the video, you have a little bit of a clearer view and you have a little bit more determination so you can actually get started.
Have you ever wondered whether there's more to life than a boring dead-end 9-to-5 job? Have you ever dreamed about breaking free, traveling the world, making good money, and just enjoying life? No more office dress code, no morning commute, no boss. This channel is for you, so here's to your freedom.
So, opportunity cost. What do I mean by that in your specific situation? Well, opportunity cost is different from real cost. Okay, real cost is something that somebody deducts from your bank account, somebody takes that actively away from you. Opportunity cost is not a real cost in terms of it's not being taken away from you, but it is a cost because you could have done something already, you could be making a certain amount of money already, but you're not because of certain decisions that you've made in the past or certain decisions that you've made just recently, and thusly you've created opportunity cost. Okay, I'm going to give an example. Let's say, for example, you had started building your own online coaching or online service providing business 1 month ago, right? But you haven't. Let's assume you haven't done anything in that direction yet, and maybe you even have certain reasons for that. Maybe these reasons are totally legit. Maybe your kids aren't out of the house yet, maybe you got to finish your job, maybe you got to finish your studying yet, maybe you didn't feel good enough yet. Doesn't matter, right? Whatever the reason is, you haven't started yet. Now, you've created certain opportunity costs for you, because imagine you started a month ago. Where would you be now? Right? Maybe you'd be fairly familiar with the path that you have to take. You know the steps already, right? Maybe you'd already be taking action. Maybe you'd already have your first kind of experience with talking to a potential client. Maybe you've gathered some self-confidence already. Maybe you've even made your first test call. Maybe you've even already made some money. Right? Purely subjectively speaking, we've been working with a couple hundred clients so far, having helped them build their businesses from scratch, having helped them scale their businesses. We know for sure that it actually is possible after a month to make your first 4 to 5 figures. Now, that's not everybody. That's usually clients that are working specifically hard. Those are usually clients that are really, really motivated and they execute very properly. But we've seen it. We've seen it before that people make their first 4, if not even 5 figures within the first month. Now, some clients take longer than that, and that is totally fine, but we know it's possible, right? Now, let's say you would have been amongst these clients that make the first $4,000, $5,000 within 1 month. So now your opportunity cost is $4,000 to $5,000. And that's not bad, I'd always take $4,000 to $5,000 over $0, right? So what I'm trying to do here is, I'm trying to make you a bad conscious? Yeah, maybe a little bit, because at the end of the day, this channel is not a necessarily mainstream channel, okay? I don't have hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers. I can afford being a little harsher. At the end of the day, I don't need you to be my friend. I want you to execute. I want you to get results. That's my, that's my purpose as a coach here. So after giving you a little bit of a hard time, let's talk about my opportunity cost, because I've had my fair share of that as well. Many people actually ask me, or, they DM me on Instagram whatsoever, saying, Max, what is something that you regret? Do you regret anything? And have you made any mistakes over the last couple of years? And of course, I made tons of mistakes. And back in the days, I would always be positive and say, oh, it brought me here. I'm still alive. I'm making very good money. I'm free. I didn't make any mistakes. But actually, I did make a couple of mistakes because I could be doing even better than I'm doing now. Have I not made a couple mistakes? So that is my opportunity cost. I'll give you an example. For example, I didn't delegate early enough. I was under the assumption that this is my business and I have to do everything myself if I want to have it done right. So I was literally already making about, I think, 7 figures in a year or something along those lines, and it was still almost only me. And I was doing a lot of work. I would be editing these videos myself. I would be shooting some of these videos myself. I'd be writing emails myself. I would do so many things myself. And then only later on, I got really focused on delegating that and building a great team. It was actually my mentors who told me, Max, you need to get a team, Max, you need to start delegating things. And it was very difficult for me because, you know, my business was something like my baby. Had I started delegating that much earlier, I would probably have even more money now, even more freedom, and so on and so forth. So I've created probably some 7-figure sum of opportunity cost for me. Now that's a mistake that has literally cost me 7 figures, literally $1 million, if not even more. That's quite a sum there as well. And the thing with opportunity costs is, number one, learn from it, okay? Don't try to come in with your ego now and say, oh, I don't care, opportunity cost is not real cost, I'm going my way, I'm being myself, or I'm staying true to myself, all these BS excuses that keep you from seeing the truth. And if you can't see the truth, you can't get better at something. So please try to not adhere to your ego, try to be as humble as you can and understanding that you've made mistakes. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying you're a bad person because you made mistakes, you're less of a human if you make mistakes. We all make mistakes, everybody makes mistakes. Making a mistake is not the problem. Not learning from it is a problem. So whenever you're thinking about opportunity costs, whenever you're even being told that there's opportunity costs, try to stay as much away from your ego as possible and just admit, yeah, that was a mistake. Now let me fix that mistake and actually learn from that and then do better. Okay, I'm going to give you another example in a second. First, I want to talk about my Instagram account. I want to give a little bit of shout out to my own Instagram account. Why is that important for you? Because if you want to get in touch with me, if you want to ask me a specific question that you'd like me to personally reply to, go give me a follow on my Instagram. I'm posting live streams there. I'm doing Instagram Q&As there. I'm trying to reply to every single DM there. It's a great way to just kind of stay in the loop about things. So I'm going to show my Instagram somewhere here. Put that link down in the description as well. Go give me a follow. Hit me up in the DMs. And let's see if and how exactly I can help you. Now, talking about the next point. Now, I've kind of talked about if you had started to build your own business, what would be there, what was the mistakes that I've done in my past that could have made me even more money now. Let's talk about scaling, because that is also a huge issue. Let's say you're already making some money, right? You're making 10K a month, 100K a month, anything along those lines. There's huge opportunity cost there as well, and it again goes along with ego. Now, I see that many times. Oftentimes clients come to us, or people that want to become our clients, and they say, look, I'm making 100K a month, how can I make more? There's this cap, I can't plow through the 100K a month barrier, how do I do that? And then we tell them, well, the structure that you've built right now with your business, the way it is built right now, is capped at 100K. Like, it works wonderfully if you want to make 100K, but you now have to literally dissect the pieces of that and put them back together differently so you can get above 100K a month, right? What got you here won't get you there. And I've talked about this in other videos before. You basically have to get rid of the vehicle that brings you to 100K and get into a new vehicle that can bring you to 200K, 250K a month, and so on and so forth. And the problem is, it's very hard for someone making 100K to let go of that and go say, okay, I'm gonna get this other structure that is completely new to grow beyond the 100K. It's very difficult because they're holding on to their 100K a month. They say, this is what has worked so far for me. Why would I dissect that now and build it back together differently if this is what works? Right? It's very hard. Plus, the ego comes back in saying, this is not the way it works. You don't know my situation well enough. I know this. I'm the CEO of my company. I'm making 100K already. Right? But the problem here is, again, opportunity cost. Right? Because how long have you been stuck at 100K? Let's say you've been stuck at 100K for 6 months. Right? And instead of knowing that you need to abandon the one vehicle and, build it back together differently to get to 200K, instead of knowing that, you've been holding on for 6 months to that vehicle, trying it in a different way, right? So now you could have already been making 250,000 for 6 months, for the past 6 months, but you haven't yet. That means that difference between 250K and 100K a month times 6 is your opportunity cost. So you have $150,000 a month that you could have been making more, times the last 6 months is, again, a lot of money. So you've created opportunity cost for you there again. And this is actually interesting. I had a client recently coming to us making, I think, 150K a month. Same problem here. Same problem. Is making good money, 150K a month, definitely good, but needed to do a lot of things differently to plow through that. And that client was very, very resisting to that idea, right? Because they're holding on. So we told them, this is your opportunity cost. This is the cost that you've created for yourself. You could have been making all this money already at this point, but you haven't done so yet because you're not applying anything that we're telling you to do. So once we've showed that client the opportunity cost, client clicked, right? Mindset got elevated, client understood, okay, I need to execute these things so I can make more money. It usually is that simple. Understand the cost of your own opportunity cost. And the last thing I want to talk about here is the opportunity cost of trying to figure it out yourself. Right? It kind of goes full circle of what we've talked about in the beginning. Maybe you like the idea of becoming an online coach. Maybe you want to build your own freedom business and you've tried it yourself so far. Now, look at your situation right now. How much have you been making? And honestly, look at hard facts, not how do you feel or how sure are you that you're gonna be making money at some point. How much have you actually progressed? Do you have any clients yet? Have you made any money yet? I'm not talking about have you created a YouTube channel and have created a brand. You're not building a business to create a brand. You're building a business to actually help people and to make money. You can build a brand later, right? What are the actual results that you've made? If you don't have a lot of results, that's the opportunity cost. Because if you're trying to figure out things yourself, it's going to take you a very, very long time because you go make that mistake. Oh, you adjust. Now you go make that mistake. You adjust. Now you go make that mistake. Whereas if you have someone who's made mistake number 1, 2, or 3 already, that person just says, hey, go do this. Right? And then you execute that instead of having to make 3 mistakes. So you can get to your goal much faster and you're keeping your opportunity costs very, very low. And that's, by the way, the exact same reason why I still have mentors, right? We're making multiple 7 figures a year. That's good. Why do I have mentors? Well, I have mentors that make multiple 8 figures a year. So the 8-figure a year mentor knows how to get from 7 figures to 8 figures. That mentor has made all these mistakes already. So instead of me having to make these mistakes and racking up opportunity costs, I'm just paying that mentor money because it's still cheaper than the opportunity cost. And that's a great thing. In fact, I'm investing over $100,000 a month for mentors. Because I'm rich and I just want to get rid of that money? No, because it's just less cost than the opportunity cost of me trying to figure it out myself. So I hope now you have an understanding of opportunity costs, of what it actually costs you if you're not doing the right things, if you're dabbling around, if you're not getting started, if you're refusing to take advice even though it hurts your ego, if you're refusing to get started, or if you're hanging on to the idea of trying to figure things out yourself. All these things have opportunity costs. Always have that in front of your face, in front of your mind, in front of your eyes. What's the opportunity cost of my actions? And how can I keep this at a very, very bare minimum, right? So when you say that sounds great, I do want to get started with some help. I don't want to figure it out myself because that's a high opportunity cost. Then you could literally book a free consulting call either with me directly or an expert from our team. The way that works is you click that link in the description, you fill out the application, and then you can book your call, okay? Like I said, you click that link in the description, then it brings you to a page. Read what's on that page because it's important information for you to get started. And then at the bottom of the page, you fill out the application, takes you 2 minutes or so. And then you can book the exact date and time where you want us to call you. Now that call is entirely for free, no international costs whatsoever, but you have to be willing to implement what we tell you to do there. You have to be willing to listen because we will be giving you a step-by-step instruction for your specific situation on how you can get started building your own freedom business as an online coach or as an online service provider. We can only tell you what you need to do, but you need to be willing to implement these things. You need to be willing to listen. Okay, and at the end of the day, this is only for action takers. Okay, we don't want anybody to just like kind of dabble around. We want you to actually execute so you can get results. Right. So again, link in the description. Maybe link appears somewhere here right now. If the link still works, it means we still have a spot open for you because more and more people are jumping on the opportunity of booking that free consulting call. So if it still works, it means we have a spot for you. So if you already have a skill and you want to learn how to monetize it, that call is for you. If you're already making money but you want to do it more legit, you want to scale, that call is for you. But also, if you like the idea of being free as an online coach, but you don't know what it is that you could be offering people, you have no clue if you're good enough at something, that call is for you. We can analyze your strengths, we know the market, we can tell you what exact model fits well for you. So like I said, link in the description, book that call with us, maybe talk to you very, very soon. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and GG.
I just want to say that I made my first paid client. And I'm so happy for that. And this just shows that everything is possible if you're willing to put in the work and to learn. It has been such a great few months working with the FBM. So thank you for all your help so far. And thank you for all the value you've provided us with. And before I joined the FBM program, I didn't know how to find people. I didn't know anything about business and positioning. I don't have that problem anymore because now I know it's possible. And yeah, it's also possible for you.